Hi everyone, my name is Sydney Craft. I am your emotional wellness educator here in Detroit. Here at VDN, I support women and girls who are ready to better understand their emotions, build healthier boundaries, and make intentional decisions that align with the life they truly want to create. So I am currently in a season called awareness. A time to slow down, a time to reflect, and a time to better understand myself and ourselves. Because before we can change our behaviors, we first have to understand them. Today's lesson is professional boundaries, being human, being faithful, and protecting your peace. Question of the day. How do you stay fully human, expressive, loving, faithful, and real while still protecting your peace in a professional spaces? Today, we're going to talk about professional boundaries and how to remain authentic without giving everybody unlimited access to you. And let's get into defining professional boundaries. What is professional boundaries? Professional boundaries are clear, respectful limits that guide how you and another person communicate, how you are sharing personal information with each other, manage your time, and build relationships at work, in school, and other professional spaces. It does not mean you have to be fake or cold or distant, but it's just knowing the understanding of what your limits are and how to be yourself while also using wisdom and discernment. Examples of professional boundaries is not telling everybody your business, every detail about who you are with your coworkers, your classmates, your supervisors, or people you just met. Saying, I'm not available after this time, I can respond tomorrow. When you get like a late text at night, you don't have to immediately respond to them. That's when you create a boundary in place about what time frame you may text people. And that is okay. You don't want to be burnt out trying to catch up with everything and do everything. Saying no when something does not fit your capacity. Not feeling responsible for solving everyone else's problem. Keeping conversations respectful without allowing someone to disrespect you. Pausing before responding when you are frustrated or emotional. Understanding that kindness does not mean that everyone gets unlimited access in your time or energy or get to have all the details of your personal life. Being professional does not mean you have to erase your whole personality. Like, I truly thought like you had to like be a whole nother person for real. But when it comes to your culture, your faith, your values, or your humanity, it's about just really learning how to read the room. Be aware of the space that you are in and decide what is appropriate at the moment. You can be direct, you can be expressive, you can be real too. But you also have to understand that everyone does not deserve to have access to every part of you. As a woman of faith, I personally feel like we can show up with grace, honesty, compassion, and confidence while still setting standards for how people speak to us, treat us, and have access to us as a whole. Why does this matter? Why am I talking about this today? Professional boundaries are more than just being organized or appearing professional. They're also about protecting yourself. Like, I just want to bring awareness of just how to protect yourself in your workplace because I don't think we talk about this, okay? You have to be aware that not everyone has good intentions. Let's just keep it real. Some people ain't here for you, and that is fine. But some people may use what you tell them against you, repeat your personal business to other people, or take openness as an opportunity to cross you. Being very direct here. That is why boundaries are safety to have. If you're an open, loving, and expressive person like myself, those are beautiful qualities. Like, it's not a bad thing. But they need protection. Like, having these qualities, you need protection. You need to protect yourself, okay? Not everyone operates from the same values you carry. Please understand, not everyone operate in the same values that you carry, sis. And that is okay. Respect the difference, but do not be gullible and leave yourself hanging. people, especially those who grew up in an unbalanced or traumatic environments, boundaries may not have been modeled. You may have learned to do you may have learned to overly explain yourself, over give to people, overshare, and make yourself available because that is what survival taught you to do. Please excuse the dog, but we're gonna get through this. But adulthood, work, college, and leadership requires discernment. Okay, as an adult, you have to have some sense of direction and have discernment. Okay, you can't be direct without being disrespectful. You can't be a black woman, a woman of faith, and a full human being without shrinking yourself to make other people comfortable. My story, okay, when it comes to the life of professional boundaries, okay, I did not understand it at all. I'm gonna keep it real. It was really difficult for me to create the balance between professional boundaries and like personal boundaries. And of course, I had a very somewhat traumatizing childhood when it came to my emotional development. And, you know, that created me to just kind of like not have the sense to have actual boundaries within my workplace. Like when it comes to like going from high school to college, that I feel like that's a great skill to really talk about, because like you have to understand, like I said, everyone's not for you, and you may like mess up certain opportunities because you're doing stuff that's too open. But same time, it just have that discernment. Like, and I'm not saying that you can't just, you know, be open and be yourself, but just be intentional when you do it. Like, you're aware that, okay, I'm giving this information. I'm aware about giving this information rather than just talking and talking and talking. Okay. So personally, I didn't want to go to college. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. Like, I did not want to go to college. I just knew I had to go because it was just the norm in my family. And I was like, all right, cool. Go to school, graduate high school, and then go to college. Check it off the checklist. I guess I'm doing what everybody else do. But I wish I had more one-on-one coaching support throughout that journey. Like, it was cool to have friends and stuff, but like, we want to keep it real. Like, we are kids. We don't know what we're doing. We are just trying to figure life out ourselves. I wish someone had talked to me about healthy relationships, how to maintain healthy professional boundaries, and how to navigate different spaces. Those things were just never taught to me. I was already an expressive person. I was such an open book, like very much an open book. But over time, I did get quiet because I was going through my own little thing. Depression, all that stuff. But I did not understand that I could be open while still having limits. I felt like I have to either do all, like, I feel like I have to do either be all open, like open, or nothing. Like, I didn't know, like, I can balance it. Like, when I found out I could balance it, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. It's like a game for real. Like, you give and you take, give and you take. I had to learn that I could be myself while also respecting the space I was in. That took time. Like, being myself took time because, like I said, I'm a very, like, bubbly type of girl. I love people. I love cute things. I just love, love. Like, I just love things that's cute in general. Like, I just that's me. And I had to learn to read the room, know that when I do certain things, know when to do certain things, understand I could still be authentic without sharing too much about who I am. Like, you know, be a little mysterious around here. I did not like code switching or pretending to be someone else that I wasn't. Like, code switching, I'm not good at that. Like, I am not good. I'm a very direct person, and I really just wanted to be myself most of the time. So code switching was not something I was good at. Nope. Like, you can see me through my facial expressions. You know if I'm, like, full of it. So, but I also had to understand that as a black woman, there are assumptions and limitations that people may place in you in professional settings. I learned that. I learned that one. Like, I didn't understand till I understood when I got into different experiences that, like, yeah, me being a black woman, people do have, you know, their own assumptions. But at the same time, like, I just know who I am and where I'm going. So it don't affect me as much anymore. What was difficult for me was realizing I had not been taught enough about being a black woman or a black girl. I was just here figuring out. Like, growing up, I was kind of like bounced around. And then, like, I had my experience living in a household, 2 different vibes. So I was like playing this game of tug of war. Don't know where I kind of like fit in at. Like I was just always different. And at this point I had to mirror people because I had to find some type of safe space some way, somehow. I was literally just kind of like trying to figure things out within myself. Like, where do I fit in at? But for the most part, I connected with anybody and everybody. It's just that I still was uncomfortable in my own skin. At one point, y'all, I had another minority had to explain to me what they saw about Black women based on books they had read. That was a little embarrassing for me because it also made me realize how important it is for me to know my own history. Like, I got another minority tell me about me. And then, like, they're kind of like, oh, man, y'all go through so much. Like, it's cool. Like, you know, I'm so happy that you, like, acknowledging, like, you know, the history of Black culture. But why do I not know about my own Black culture? Like, no, that should not be happening. So that woke me up to have more understanding and do my research about who I am and where my roots come from. I personally believe that we need to learn more about our own identities and cultures and the histories of other communities as well, too. When we understand ourselves and one another, we can build relationships with more empathy, respect, and awareness. That's just how I feel. So y'all tell me how y'all feel about that. So what I want you guys to learn from this episode today is that authenticity needs discernment. You do not have to become fake to be professional. You can be yourself, but you need wisdom about what to share, when to share it, and who has the right to be knowing your business. Lesson 2, boundaries are a form of self-respect. A boundary is not rejection, punishment, or being mean to anybody, but it's a way of honoring you, honoring your time, your energy, your values, your safety, your well-being. Lesson 3 is know yourself and honor others people's story. Like, know who you are. And when you get to know someone else's story, you don't have to always like be in a place of judgment or assumptions. Let the person express themselves. Understand your own identity. It helps you move through the world with confidence. You know who you are. And then with learning with other people's histories and their own experiences, it just creates and builds relationships with empathy instead of assumptions. So, reflection question of the day. It says, where in your life do you feel like you need stronger boundaries? Not because of trying to be distant or anything like that, but just because you are learning to protect peace and honor who you are. So where do you feel like you need to create stronger bonds with yourself so you are able to honor yourself this week? This week, I want you to practice one professional boundary that protects your peace. Be direct and be kind. You don't have to be mean to set a boundary. Let it be known what you need. And that's stop normalizing staying silent, overly explaining, or agree just to keep the peace. Say what you need to say and let it be. Okay? Before sharing something personal, pause and ask yourself, has this person earned access to this part of me? Remember, being loving does not mean being unprotected. Being authentic does not mean sharing everything. Practice showing up as yourself while using discernment about who gets access to your time, your energy, and your story. This week, again, I want you to practice being human, being faithful, being authentic to yourself, for yourself, and being wise. You do not have to become hard to have boundaries. You do not have to become a fake person to be professional. You can stay loving, open, and real and still protect your peace. Everybody does not deserve full access to you. Give yourself permission to use discernment, set the limits that you need, and honor the person you are becoming. And remember, your emotions are information and not your identity. Stay curious, stay intentional, and keep growing. Thank you for being a part of this episode today. Again, my name is Cindy Craft, and I'm your emotional wellness educator here in the city of Detroit. Y'all have a great day.